I'd like to welcome my good friends in the cheap seats. That's my good friends in the cheap seats.
Have some respect there, jackass. I'm on the phone here.
Well, good to have you here anyways.
Oh my back!
Hey there, I'm Dan, the self-proclaimed lonely rocker. Welcome to this episode of The Journal. This is the place where I rant or enlighten on topics related to the creation of music. Well, we finally arrived at the end of 2020. This is the last video that I will be doing in 2020. It's been a very, very difficult year. At the center of it all is this pandemic that rages on that's made life really, really difficult for most of us. So I certainly hope 2021 will bring us some better news on that front. What I want to do today with this this show is it's going to be kind of a retrospective, a look back at 2020. If you're new to this channel and you're watching my channel for the first time, this might be a good introduction to a bunch of the things that I did in the past year. And for those of you that have been following this channel, it'll be fun to look back and look at all the trouble that I got into this year. And one thing I want to do, and I'm going to save it for the end of the video, but I've been thinking about what I think my favorite video of the year was. That's a video that I created for this channel. Maybe I'll narrow it down to 2 at most, but I'm going to think about that and I'm going to let you know at the end of the video. So anyways, let's not waste any more time. Let's jump in and take a look at 2020 here on The Lonely Rocker. Hey there, I'm Dan, the self-proclaimed lonely rocker. Thanks for joining me for this episode of I Don't Have a Band. Hey there, I'm Dan, the self-proclaimed lonely rocker. Hey there, I'm Dan, the self-proclaimed lonely rocker. Hey there, I'm Dan, the self-proclaimed lonely rocker. I'm here today doing a video that I've been wanting to do for a long time. And today I want to talk about something that I feel that I just don't cover enough on this channel, and that's the guitar. So what I'm doing over a series of videos is I'm looking at some digital innovations that are hopefully going to build a long life for the tube amp. This is the 3rd installment in a series that I'm doing with Long McQuaid, Canada's largest musical instrument retailer that celebrates our love of gear. Today's topic is the unsung hero. In every organization, in every band, any business, there's something or someone behind the scenes that keeps everything together. The unsung heroes that make the stars shine. I have a very weird relationship with virtual drummers. I'm a purist at heart and I absolutely adore killer drummers. And in my opinion, there's not one single piece of software out there that can replace a really good drummer. At the time of the taping of this episode, we're right in the throes of this international virus scare. I don't even want to say it by name. It seems like a lot of videos are getting demonetized just talking about it. So to make sense of all of this, why don't we jump in and take a look? Oh, geez. Oh, it's a silly question. Torpedo Captor, where did the name come from?
That's a good question. Torpedo. All right, it's just a joke, to be honest. If you want the real story, I guess you want the real story. Okay, so when
as much as you want to tell me.
Hey Dan, it's Justin from Long McQuaid. It's been ages since we've been together and made one of these videos, so I figured it was about time to pick up where we left off. And I thought today I'm going to ship you a little bit of Bliss.
Hey Ray, how's it going?
Hi Dan, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I understand it was your birthday yesterday.
Yes, it was.
Well, many happy returns and best wishes from the Lonely Rocker faithful.
Thanks.
The way I look at it, if you're a tone chaser, you want to start with the tube amp, in my opinion. I mean, if you're a 100-yard sprinter, you can start at the 50-yard line, but where's the fun in that? Let me wrap my head around this. You've got one compressor plugin that contains emulations of 4 classic analog compressors, all in serial. You can tweak them, you can change the order, you can blend in the nuances of any of them, and it's got deep tweakability. This is something I gotta see. Those motorized faders are power hungry, and those controllers are sending a lot of MIDI data back and forth. And if you've been having some performance issues, you might want to look at perhaps your connectivity and your power could very well be the problem. I really wanted to visit Norman's Rare Guitars. I'd never been there before. So on the way back from Palm Springs, we came up to the north through Tarzana and got to visit the store. Luckily Norm was there, got to visit Norm, that was great. Now, as long as there's a demand for tube amps, hopefully there'll be someone there that's going to want to make the tubes. But last I checked, it looks like there's only one plant in all of the United States making tubes. There's a handful in China and Eastern Europe, and that's about it. Okay, what I want you to do is close your eyes and imagine yourself walking into a recording studio. I'm willing to bet for the majority of you that thing that you see first is a majestic console in the center of the room. That truly is the classic image of a recording studio. Now I want you to snap back to the present and realize that this is an amazing time in history to be making music. So now with the E and the A in tune, I'm going to reference the A string again by hitting the 5th fret harmonic and the 7th fret on the D string. So far I know this sounds familiar. Flywheel is a tape saturation plugin, but unlike other tape saturation plugins, this is not based on any particular piece of hardware. The other reason I'm doing it right now is I actually cleaned my studio. What you generally see on my videos is in that direction towards the desk, but this side of the studio is generally a mess. And I cleaned it up yesterday and it looks pretty good. It's probably gonna last for about a minute. Got the sponge, a little plastic cup, toilet paper roll, and a straw. Justin down at the downtown Toronto Bloor store handpicked these 3 amplifiers. He said, look, I'm gonna sit you down in the good room. I'm gonna start handing you guitars. I said, just ignore the brands, the prices, the styles, it doesn't matter. We're just gonna play some guitars. So I took the bait and we went down to the music store. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. He's been in the game so long, he's influencing himself. As a bonus, there's been a number of comments about whether or not this fabric or any fabric that's wrapped around a panel is acoustically neutral and how that affects the absorption qualities of the panel. And check me rocking, or shall I say, lonely rocking the new Lonely Rocker t-shirts. Today I'm going to be looking at a plugin from my good friends at United Plugins called FireMaster. In this episode, he recommended the 2 Notes Audio Engineering Torpedo Captor 8. In this episode, I'm going to be taking a look at the latest release from FabFilter and their latest Saturn II. Well, it's the perfect opportunity to talk about the experts in 3D audio production, that's Dear Reality, and their plugin, Dear VR Monitor. Today I'm going to be taking a look at M Drummer from Meldaproduction. I've got this great bundle of pedal plugins from Fuse Audio Labs. Today, as I mentioned in the opening, we're taking a look at Icon Pro Audio's UMix 1010 rack. Justin is going to take us through the features of the 3 amplifiers, and what do I get to do? I get to play with them. And by the way, this is episode 50 of I Don't Have a Band, and I'm happy to celebrate number 50 with Quick AG from United Plugins. So today we're going to be looking at the Midas Heritage 3000 series plugins from TC Electronic. Today we're going to be talking about Chase Bliss Audio. Today we're looking at God Mode from Denise Audio. Today I'm going to be taking a look at M Spectral Dynamics LE from Meldaproduction. The Icon Pro Audio 1 Hub. Well, I'm going to pair these two together and see how well this performs in the digital realm alongside M Cabinet. One thing I've been trying to do as much as I can here on my channel is inject some fun into the videos. Unless you're really into music production, it can be quite dry. Just ask my wife. So I've always looking for an opportunity to have a little fun, often at my expense. Let's take a look.
Is this you? Are you drowning in power cables and adapters? How's your computer run out of free USB ports? Perhaps you're mismanaging the power requirements of your studio.
This is Bigsby, my prized PBGV. For those of you dog lovers, oh yeah, he's a good boy. I might get a lot of grumbling from tip number 2, but hear me out. Tuning your guitar.
Why the f are you wasting a tip on this when you only have 5?
Since last time, actually, when we did this first installment, I was actually facing the other way. So you glorious people up there got to stare at my ass for the whole show, so I decided to turn it around.
Should have stuck to your instincts, buddy. This view is disgusting.
Anyways, the following video demonstrates simulated 3D sound and requires headphones to hear the full effect. Otherwise, it will seem like some random dude playing music in his basement. Poorly. 900.
There you go.
This is the series devoted to the home studio enthusiast and the home recording musician. Wow, things are getting a little trippy in here.
We're going in. Come in?
Are you camera shy? Get out. Go! Get out of here!
No, what kind of direction was that?
Exactly. I'd like to say hello to my good friends in the cheap seats.
I'd rather be lancing my neighbor's hemorrhoids, but he stood me up.
Always good to hear from them. I'm about to embark on my first journey into the world of amp modeling. If you'd like to explore with me, then join me for this episode of I Don't Have a Band. Number 1, there's not going to be any fart buttons in this segment. I think someone else has got that covered off, and I can't promise what's going to happen by accident, but no intentional fart buttons in this segment. Oh, not feeling so good.
Muramasa is an ancient symbol of the superior sword-making skills of the Japanese. It is wild and unpredictable, much like its maker.
It's also a pretty cool reverb.
Tip number 2. Is that the modulation module? Oh shit, it's my email.
So I got everything right here in the bag. What I'm going to do is What I'm going to do is take off my mask.
Need I say more?
So my friends in the cheap seats, I never ask you, do you have any questions?
Yeah, does your mother have any kids that actually have a real job?
As if I didn't have enough clarity in my life already.
I'm going to box it up and I'm going to send it out to you so you can try it out in your studio. And as always, let me know what you think.
Now that's fast shipping. I'm not really a religious man, not really at all, but I can't tell you how many times I've looked to the heavens just praying for a solution to help my mixes sound even just a little bit better. Well, something strange is coming over me. It's almost like I'm about to experience the presence of God. Oh, sorry, just feeling a little patriotic there. Oh, it seems someone has come to visit me again. Number two.
Dan, I noticed that you didn't send the Captor 8, the 2 notes torpedo Captor 8 back. I can assume that you're keeping it, but, you know, give me a call, let me know what's up there.
Can it help me with my deteriorating eyesight?
Be attached to the guitar or kind of go, oh.
Especially with those sausage fingers.
I wouldn't talk about sausage fingers.
Hey, long and slender. Look at that.
Long and slender. Good Lord, if that's long and slender, then...
That could be a hand model. Look at that.
Easy peasy.
I love the smell of a good tube amp in the morning. Look, I'm leaving it up to you, okay? What is that? Thanks to my friends in the cheap seats for hanging in there.
Best sleep I've had in weeks there, buddy.
Oh, that's typical. The most important part about having a home studio is creating music. It's something I wasn't doing enough, and as I was building the studio, kind of getting wrapped up in the studio itself, I almost forgot that that's what it's all about. And I'm happy to report that I'm making more and more music the more that I do this. Probably more than I did when I had a band. Creating music for all of the shows that I do, and I use the music as the source material for plugin reviews and things like that. Obviously the backing themes and the opening themes for the videos. I've had a lot of opportunities to create music and hone my skills as a mixer. That's something that I really enjoy doing. Let's take a look at some of the music that I've injected into my videos this year. Well, we've reached the final wrap-up of the final video of 2020. As I promised at the beginning, I've been giving thought as to what my favorite 2 videos are. Yes, I'm saying 2 because I couldn't narrow it down to 1. Gave it some thought, and I've got my 2. The first one I'm going to say has to be the video I did on my Sir Classic T Deluxe. That was a milestone birthday, which actually happened at the end of 2019, but I released the video in February of 2020. And that was a story of why I chose that guitar. I've mentioned it a few times in a few of my videos because I just want more and more people to see it. But it was a very interesting experience for me, buying a guitar that I hadn't planned to buy, or style of guitar anyways, and it really opened me up as a player, realizing that there was different instruments out there that really were more suited to me today. And had I not opened up my mind and gone through that exercise, I never would have discovered that beautiful guitar, which I'm proud to own today. And the other one was a video that I released at the beginning of January 2020. Boy, I got off to a good start. But that was on Dear Reality's Dear VR Pro. That was my first introduction to designing 360 audio. I had no idea how to do it, and I realized how easy it was with the Dear VR Pro plugin. I crafted this little set here where, different instances of me playing a song here in my studio, and then visually was able to create this little mini band of all me, but then build the audio in the plugin to replicate what it might sound like if you were standing in the middle of the room with 3 of me all around you. It was a lot of fun figuring that out, putting it together, and I was really, really pleased how that video came out. And it was just, I think, a real blend of creativity and sort of a technical understanding, which is sort of the sweet spot for me. And so I definitely have to say that the Dear Reality, Dear VR Pro video was definitely one of my top 2 favorites of the year. Well, there we have it. I'm ready to wrap up 2020. Again, I want to thank everyone who spent any time with me this year, those who've discovered my channel, all the friends and relationships that I've developed this year. I read virtually every comment that comes in. It's really important to me. I'm going to work really hard to continue to build this channel in 2021. There'll be a lot of new things to see, and I can't wait to jump in. I'm going to bid adieu to 2020, and certainly hope that 2021 is a better year for all of you out there. Well, if you're new to the channel, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button. You've seen what I've got going here on my channel. There's going to be a lot more of that in the new year, so just hit that subscribe button and come along for the ride. If you really want to support this channel, I am on Patreon. Links to everything I've discussed, well, maybe not everything because there was a lot in this video, but there'll be a few things noted in the description below. And above all else, I hope I'll see you again in the new year and in another video. And as always, I appreciate my good friends in the cheap seats for spending their quality time with me.
If by quality you mean crap.
Yes, exactly.